academics, journalists, students, and policy experts on Tuesday gathered at the University of the Gambia's Kanifing campus for a seminar focused on strengthening scholarly engagement and knowledge exchange between Africa and China. The seminar, organized by the Nigeria-based Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution (IPCR) under the Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs in partnership with Contemporary World China, centered on promoting research, collaboration, publishing, and informed dialogue on Africa-China relations. Delivering the welcome remarks, Dr. Joseph Ochogu, Director General of the Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution, said the initiative was designed to bridge the knowledge gap between African countries and China through objective scholarship and academic engagement.
It is both an honor and a profound privilege to sit before you today as we convene minds dedicated to fostering deeper understanding and collaboration between two dynamic regions, Africa and China. On behalf of the Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution, which is an agency under the Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I extend our deepest gratitude to each of you for your presence and commitment to this important dialogue. As the federal government's agency, as Nigeria dedicated to promoting research, peace building, and conflict resolution in Nigeria and Africa since February 2000. The Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution believes that sustainable peace and profound understanding of global issues in Africa requires inclusive dialogue, strong regional cooperation, locally driven solutions. We must continue to strengthen the capacity of our institutions, empower scholarship, and integrate thought leadership and dialogue into continental development frameworks. The seminar is part of the activities designed to promote the dissemination and distribution of the Contemporary World magazine in Africa. It is part of a series of seminars being held across the continent.
An overview of the magazine and contribution guidelines was presented by Dr. Okale Khan Babatunde, coordinator of the editorial team. He explained that the publication serves as a platform for scholars, diplomats, and policymakers to publish research and analysis on global and regional issues.
As a platform for mutual understanding, publishing research with experts and think tanks in both countries. It aligns perspectives on peace, security, and sustainable development, aligning with African-China strategic partnership. During its launch in 2022, the then Nigerian Foreign Ministers, Ambassador Geoffrey Oyema, emphasized his role in knowledge sharing and consensus building. Provided by the International Committee of the Institute for Peace. Historically, the Contemporary World was founded in 1981 and is known for its in-depth global reporting. The Nigerian edition extends this legacy to Africa, filling a niche for academic and policy-related research. Nigeria and Tanzania are the two countries in Africa that are publishing this magazine. The Confucius Institute in China and in Tanzania.
The keynote lecture was delivered by Professor Melchizedek James Onobi, who spoke on bridging Africa-China dialogue through scholarly exchange. In his presentation, he argued that Africa-China relations should not only be viewed through trade and infrastructure projects, but also through intellectual and cultural cooperation.
Relationship that is often defined by infrastructure and trade is what we know and we characterize as China's emblem today. It is very, very important for us to know that beyond that, there is also the intellectual and cultural synergy. And none of this is happening in a vacuum. It's happening because something probably called for it, created it. Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. We gather today not merely to celebrate a partnership, but to interrogate a phenomenon, which is the relationship between China and Africa, which is terribly often reduced to more like a spreadsheet. And what is the content of the spreadsheet? We talk about loan agreements, infrastructural tallies, and trade balances. Anybody on the street And the casual intellectual who hasn't quite deepened his fangs and his consciousness on development around the world will almost conclude that this is what it's all about. And that is because there is a hangover that comes from the way other blocs, international blocs and interests have led the world. I'm talking about the West, essentially. But for those of us in the academia and the press, we know that the hard power of concrete and steel is always preceded and sustained by the soft power of ideas. Ideas, they say, rule the world. It's more than simply just strength and power. What ideas are ruling the world right now? And sometimes some ideas go extinct or they become obsolete.
The Banjul seminar followed similar engagements held in Nigeria and Ghana, with organizers indicating that Tanzania is expected to host the next dialogue later this year. For Voice TV, Fat Kruma reporting.